So we are setting off here in the new Compass, and first off we'll start with an acceleration. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a 2022 Jeep Compass. Now this one's in the Latitude package, but first and foremost a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with this Compass. Check out the inventory link below. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.4 liter four-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 30 on the highway, with power outputs being 177 horsepower and then 172 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Compass Latitude. So first off, we got the Jeep logo there in the center. Coming down below, we've got the reflector LEDs, and you can see the LED fog lights just down below that. And then notice how we have the parking sensors integrated here into the front. Now this is pretty interesting. We have Jeep's signature front grille, but notice that all of it is actually closed off. You do have a camera there in the center, but that's because this engine doesn't need all that much airflow. So they have it all closed off for aerodynamic purposes, which is pretty unique. Pretty interesting. But yeah, there is the front end of the new Compass. Coming around the side here, we've got two 25mm tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you can see the design here on the wheels themselves. I went through it for a 5-spoke design, and you can see the tire setup here just down below. And then notice here with the fender flares how those are blacked out, and then that continues along the side of it. It's kind of like a molding around the Compass. It's got our Compass logo right here, blacked out mirror, and then notice the roof rails there at the top. And then here is our full side view, and it really does look like a mini Jeep Grand Cherokee. So here's our key fob for the Compass. You've got the Jeep logo there on the back. You've got the unlock, the lock, the remote start, and then the opening here for the hatch. So just press that twice, and then that'll pop open the rear hatch, and you guys can see pretty good speed. Now actually popping here into the rear hatch area, first off you notice that we have the floor mats for this particular one back here, and underneath this you can see push down on that, pull this up, we've got some extra storage space. This does come with a fix-a-flat kit. Storage space back here is actually pretty decent. It is a smaller size SUV, but you know what, you can pack in some stuff here. Press that and then that'll lower down the rear hatch. It does give you a second to walk away so it doesn't hit you in the head or anything like that, which is a nice feature to have, obviously. And then I guess we'll just sum things up here with the rear. So first off, you guys can see the new taillights, super distinctive. They look really nice. And let me get the key fob out here so I can kind of pop those on a little bit so you guys can see what that looks like with those illuminated some. You can see our 4x4 badge and the Latitude badge as well. There are more parking sensors there on the rear. And, well, that's all for that. Now popping to the interior, this is where things get pretty interesting. So this is kind of like a denim material almost. Looks really good if you ask me, and then it's got blue stitching that goes throughout it. I love the contrast. And then you guys can see the seats here. So you've got the vinyl here, and then you've got the blue stitching again, and then you've got cloth here in the center. And let's actually pop in. Of course, we got the old man slippers. You guys can see legroom right there. And then you guys can see headroom as well. And then you guys notice we've got the vents there, we've got some USBs, got the power outlet, 12 volt, all that fun stuff down below. And then if we pull this down, we've got an armrest with some cup holders, and let's head to the front. Now here's a door panel at the front, so again, same thing with the material, and again, this just feels really nice to the touch. And then here's the mirror. It does have blind spot monitoring. We've got all of our window controls here with the mirror adjustments, got speaker for the sound system. And then here's the seat at the front. Again, you've got all the stitching all throughout the seat with the cloth trim there on the center. Power adjustments on the side of the seat. And then there is the pedals down below. Got a light control right here. The steering wheel is manually adjustable, and also notice the trim continues there with the blue stitching. Man, I'm in love with this interior. Let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel in the Compass. Beautiful leather wrapped around the entire steering wheel. You guys can see the Jeep logo right there. Blue stitching here. We have our cruise control with the adaptive cruise control, controls for the center stack, phone controls as well. Radio controls are on the back of the steering wheel. We have our light stock / turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, and that's all for the steering wheel. Now here's the center gauge cluster. Notice how you have the kind of like analog gauges on either side, and then you have that screen there in the center, which will just give you different bits of information here on the Compass itself. Pretty straightforward stuff, and that's all for that portion. Now we do have some different drive modes. Right now we're in auto. We can pop it into snow, and then there's a sand and mud mode as well. I love how it shows the compass with mud all over the side of it. It's a pretty cool animation, but that's all for that. Now here's the center infotainment system. First off, we're going to pop it into reverse. So we've got the backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then notice how we have the different viewpoints here for the camera. You have the front camera as well, and then you can just go full on backup camera if you just want kind of like more of a traditional view. But yeah, camera system, fantastic. As for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, response time is really good with the screen. It does come with dual zone climate. You can control that through the infotainment system, really easy to use. We've got the vehicle tab right here, so for example, we can go to the safety and driving assistance if you want. But yeah, just good response time. Also, we have heated seats and heated steering wheel. It's in the infotainment system, so just press that. That'll turn that on. And that's just for the front two seats, and, well, that's all for that. Down below, we've got this for the auto stop, start, stability control. That's for the lane departure assistance. You've got this for the hazard lights, parking sensors, and then that's the parking assistance. I love the look of the buttons down there. We've got the vents right here, and then you guys can see that's, again, I think this is denim. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but it kind of feels like it. Continues there along the dash. You've got our volume controls right here. Climate controls, it does have, again, a dual zone climate. So there is analog climate controls, but there isn't analog controls for the heated seats and heated steering wheel that I can see. And then we do have a wireless phone charger right there, and then we've got some USBs. Shifter for the 9-speed automatic, and again, we've got the blue stitching right there. Parking brake, the drive mode select. 4-wheel lock, which is pretty cool that this has that. Obviously it switches between the 4-wheel drive and the 2-wheel drive with the torque split with this, and so that would just lock it if you want it in that. Got some cup holders here, some nice storage space, and then more leather trim here with the stitching. You guys can see the storage space in the center of the console. And then we've got the glove box right here. I know I showed the dash a million times, but again, it looks great. And then you guys can see here at the top here with the stitching and all that fun stuff. And then finishing things here at the very top, you guys can see pretty normal. It's got like a lighter colored headliner, and then you do have this to open up the hatch. Universal garage door opener. Sorry, that's not popping up on camera very well. There you go, universal garage door openers. That's all for the top. Now here's the window sticker for this Compass. It's kind of hard to see because of the glare right now, but hopefully you guys can at least see the options that are added to this particular one. Total MSRP is $34,205. And let's take it out and see how it drives. So let's talk about visibility before we set off here on the Compass. There's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, they do have blind spot. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. We are setting off here in the new Compass. And first off, we'll start with an acceleration. Yeah, actually does a pretty good job from an acceleration perspective. I mean, it's a pretty small SUV, so it doesn't necessarily need a massive engine. Now moving on from that, ride quality is actually really good. I love the feeling of the steering wheel. That's definitely a huge plus with the Compass. The steering wheel it's like the perfect size, fits in your hands really well, and just feels nice overall. It's a nice steering wheel, okay people? Turn in feels great. 9-speed automatics, pretty quick to respond. The one thing I would say is I thought it was interesting that they only offer the 2.4 and the Compass now. They don't offer other powertrains or anything like that. I think that you know, maybe offering this with the 2.0 turbo or something like that is an option. I think that could be a pretty good route to go, but you know, just my suggestion. Aside from that, yeah, it's comfortable. The seat's really comfortable. I've got the heated seat function on right now, and that's great. And yeah, it's a good driving experience. This is a really good car. It's got tons of safety tech as well, so that's another big positive. Yeah, it's so far so good. I don't really have anything bad that I could say about it. Again, other than the fact that they don't offer, you know, more premium engine with this. That would be, again, that would be nice. So continuing along here in the Compass, some other things I guess to mention is infotainment system is in like the perfect place. It's like right in your line of sight, and so it's pretty easy to use if you have to. Just press a couple functions while you're driving and all that. And so yeah, I think that's another big positive here with the Compass. And aside from that, I guess we'll get into summing things up. So first off, exterior wise, I think the new Compass looks great from the outside. The last generation of Compass I didn't think looked bad. Like, it was a good looking vehicle, and so I think they've just improved upon something that already looked really good. So yeah, I think it's a positive. Interior wise, this new interior is great. Feels really upscale for the price point. Again, mid $30,000 range, and I really like the look of this interior. They did a really good job with the design. Touch points are really nice too. Steering wheel feels really nice to the touch. All the controls feel nice. Everything, most of the stuff looks nice as well. And so it's all really good. It seems like Jeep is trying to kind of push itself into the luxury market more and more as time goes on. You've got the new Grand Wagoneer, and now you've got this new Compass that definitely feels upscale for the price point. And so that'll get me into giving this a score. So for the segment, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it looks great on the outside. Interior is great. Ride quality is great. Comes with tons of safety tech. The only thing I can kind of dock it for is I think they just need to offer more powertrains with this. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much perfect for the segment. That's the only thing you can fault it for. But if you really don't care about, you know, if you like this powertrain, if this feels like enough acceleration for you, then you're going to love the rest of the Compass. Now that's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Jeep Compass Latitude. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with this Compass. Check out their inventory link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.